Hi, we have this 6-mark question, and we have a system of equations to solve, so let's have fun with it. This is quite different from what we looked at in our first 2 sessions. If you want to know what we did in our first 2 sessions, please look up my other videos. So for this specific one, it was taken from one of the International GCSE Further Maths papers, and I'm hoping this is going to be helping some of you out there who are taking the course. Okay, so the first thing we'd like to do is to name our equations, so we'll call them equation 1 and equation 2. Now take a moment and absorb what is happening in both equations. We can see there's an xy here and there's an xy there as well. That straight away tells us that we can substitute equation 1 into equation 2 fairly easily. But to help us do that completely, we can do this. So from equation 1, you can see that x is the same as 36 divided by y. Now, so we're going to now substitute. Okay, let me call this asterisk. So we're going to substitute asterisk into equation 2. What does that give us? We now have xy add 36 over y add 2y equals 53. You'll see why I left the xy in a minute. Because the xy is already 36 from equation 1, we can replace this with 36. Okay, so we have 36 add 36 over y add 2y equals to 53. What do we do next? We want to multiply through by our y in order to obtain a quadratic equation that then becomes easier to solve. So shall we do that? Multiplying through, we have 36y add 36 add 2y squared equal to 53y. Shall we rearrange so we have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0? Yeah? So that should then give us 2y squared minus 17y add 36. How do we get that? You need to subtract 53y from both sides. Okay, so you want to do that, and that should give you this as our quadratic equation. So let's now focus on solving this quadratic equation. So 2y squared minus 17y add 36 equal to 0. So you're looking for two numbers whose product will be 36 times 2, which is 72, but then whose sum will give you minus 17. Yeah, so we're thinking of two numbers, so that gives us a 9 and an 8. After a little thought, we want, because 9 times 8 will give us the 72, but what do we apply to the 9 and 8 so the sum will be minus 17? Yeah, we apply a negative to both. So we rewrite this as 2y squared minus 9y minus 8y add 36 equal to 0. If we split it down the middle so we can factorize separately, the common factors on this left hand side will be what? Just the y. So we have 2y minus 9 in bracket, and it's a common knowledge, whatever you have in the bracket here very likely is what you should be getting here. So you can just focus on what the common factor would be. So when you multiply by 2y, you get minus 8y, and you should get what? Negative 4. Hence, common factor on both sides is 2y minus 9, and then leaving us with y minus 4 equal to 0. So we come back to our favorite section. Well, two numbers are multiplying, then the result is 0. which tells us that either 2y minus 9 is 0 or y minus 4 is 0. So that leaves us with y being 9 over 2 or y being 4. So now with our two values for y, we will be able to work out their corresponding x values. So x then will be, going back to what we rearranged that to be, so our x will be 36 divided by our y, which is 9 over 2. What does that give you? You have 36 times 2 over 9, which is 72, divided by 9, which then gives you 8. Okay, so we have our first value, x being 8. So in the next case, where y is 4, again our x is going to be 36 divided by 4, leaving you with x to be 9. Beautiful question, isn't it? So we have x equals 8 when y is 9 over 2, or x equals 9 when y is 4. Okay, yeah, that's how you obtain your 6 marks